all the details on the Nation newspaper. And we're back to the table, and we have with us Lawrence IBENYENWA. Good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. I was just checking. Today is Thursday, and I've flipped through the papers. We haven't seen that story that broke in Ojiriva local government area that we have elaborated on, spoken about, and we haven't even seen a police report or a statement, or even a statement from the state government, you know, basically even explaining to the people what may have happened. Because, I mean, even if you go online, you can't even find it. It's just maybe one or two people that it's not even a prominent story. Does that come as a shock to you?
It's surprising. It's surprising, and it's disturbing. As a matter of fact, I also went online. It's only one national day.
Yes.
That reported
the story.
No other. And I even went to the platform of journalists in Enugu State. They have an NUJ platform. I ran through that platform from yesterday to this morning. There is no single report on that incident. Yeah.
Wow.
So it is really okay. One guy reported that. I think the authority also. Authority, you know. So it's surprising. Are we not feeling as journalists? Are we not feeling as journalists if such a thing, loss of 3 policemen, loss of at least 3 firearms, loss of a Hilux van, patrol vehicle, if not the life, if the monetary values lost in all those things, it's not something that should be waved aside and something like the carpet. It is surprising, and I think I said that some days ago, that there is a definition of news that says that it is news is something somebody somewhere once suppressed. Every other thing is advertising. Something somebody somewhere. I think that's the most popular definition of news to me. It's a definition of. So these things are deliberate to suppress certain facts happen in society. Perhaps, I think we said that 2 days ago, to say that Enugu State is peaceful, Enugu State is crime-free, Enugu State is... But some lives have been lost. People are living in fear of what next will happen. So at least if we don't say anything, come and reassure them as government. We've heard what happened though. We are the usual. We are on top of the situation. You can appease a few persons, even if some are not moved by such regular statements. But to ignore it and say nothing about it, it is disturbing, to say the least.
I don't even know where to place it. Is it now about the journalists? Because the journalists have to also report. I mean, if you report certain...
we are talking about reaction.
Yes.
Have we reported it sufficiently? Have we reported it sufficiently? So if it's not reported, they may not even, I mean, apart from the highlight we gave to it and the treatment we gave to it yesterday from the traditional ruler, from the community, from the local government chairman. The highest government official that talked about it was the local government chairman, because it happened in his domain. No other government functioner, not a commissioner, not a CP, not PRO, and so on. In fact, we also placed a call, and we sent there was no response. So it's conspiracy of silence. I don't know really what is intended to achieve. But it shouldn't be the case. Yeah.
This is stunning, really. But what is then the implications of this? Does it mean we may have a situation where some things may happen, the police would not want to say anything about it or even explain what has happened, and they shy away from it, and then we're left with a situation where anybody can put out anything to be the correct incident or the correct story, which might be false sometimes.
Is it not? It happens now. It happens. So, but it is something that happened in broad daylight. Why is it being suppressed? Why is it being suppressed? Did it not happen? Did people not see it? Did the video not go viral? So, if not for any other thing, human beings lost their ones. They bring the families. They are money mood now. They must be money now. So at least reassure them that you are making effort, even if you are not. Reassure them that something you recognize that they lost somebody. Police force lost some people. Families lost some people. We should so concern. Right. Like I said, the other we were talking about, do we still really attach a lot of value to human life? Do we still feel that, when something happens, maybe there's a saying that when somebody is being carried to home, if it doesn't concern, we think that your firewood is being carried, but some human being is being carried. So it's firewood, but it's a human being belonging to somebody, flesh and blood.
Do you think it's possible that there are other things that they may have been suppressing, given what this is happening in broad daylight, right under our noses?
That's what you should know the definition I gave you as definition of something somebody somewhere wants suppressed. It is not, that's the reason that it's being suppressed. So many things are being suppressed. So many things are being suppressed. You went to somewhere women were crying that herdsmen are dealing with their people, that and the release we got is it didn't happen. People went in crying money, showing you where corpses, graves where people were buried, and nothing happened in the area. Just living in denial and falsehood and the suppression.
So this style, what then do you think is the implication of this type of style? Because we've seen different types in the past with what we have, especially as it relates to Enugu state government. Under Ugwanyi, these things happened, but you could see that statements. He sometimes even visits these places.
It's not all the time. That is government. Let me tell you, there was a killing in my community some time ago. In the farm, a man went to the farm and he was hacked down there. So the people from the community, my community, as a matter of fact, one community in my clan, they came to Enugu to suppress. I was in that. I accompanied them on the protest to government house, and the former governor was saying, "I hope there are no journalists there. I hope there are no journalists there," because the security guy was talking with us by my side. When they took my phone because they saw I was recording what was happening. I didn't know when they deleted everything on my phone.
Oh.
The reason is that let nobody know that such action happened and I will take him to protest. It happens. So it is that it's not this government been happening to continue to happen. People, they don't want to tell people what is happening in society. Because it's like I say, Enugu is the most peaceful state. It's not just Enugu, it happens everywhere. It's not just Enugu.
Even around the world?
I'm saying in our climb.
Okay.
We're a peculiar society. We're a peculiar nation.
So how peculiar can you be in terms of things like that?
I just tell you are saying, you are telling me the person who used to vote. It is when it is blown that people now know that they begin to come and begin to defend control. So it happened in my presence. That thing was, because as soon as they deleted what I had in my phone, I still did the report, but the individuals were nowhere to
so somebody can deny that.
Yeah. Where is the evidence of what you recorded? But that is what happened. Then I don't know how much they gave them. How much they gave them. They give the family this, give the family this. Let it not be hard. Which means you are not even making an effort to stop the header crisis in the state, because we don't want to offend anybody. You don't want to offend anybody. You want to let it suppress. Let it not be said that it happened in my state too. If it happened, you say address it. You say by now that we will know that it didn't happen. That's reality. Just reality.
Wow. This is stunning, really. Yeah. This is stunning. And I don't even know where to place it. I was thinking that if something of this nature happened, you'd explain to the state, the people of the state, what has happened, and then tell them the efforts that the government is making.
You didn't commit the crime. The government didn't send them to go and do what they did. It happened. You see, there is nowhere that crime don't take place, don't happen. You didn't cause it. You didn't send them to go and kill anybody. It happened. But now it happened. How do we avert future occurrence? Or how do we reduce future occurrence? That's what you're supposed to do. They assure the family that lost their ones. We saw what happened. We were on top of the situation. The English is not there for them to tell us. But to ignore it and keep silent, that is disturbing. Yes.
Wow. Anyways, let's move to some other stories. And it's just shocking that it is within our enclave. We needed to just highlight that. So it does look like there's a problem, a bigger problem, not just what we used to see on the headlines of the PDP. A few weeks ago, we had Atiku saying that they're looking out for coalition. The governors the other day said they're not going to do the coalition with anybody. That is, instead, these people should come and meet us. Even they would accept it. Do you think there's a problem brewing that Atiku might not be favored to be given the ticket for the PDP?
That is even a smaller issue. That you didn't give Atiku the ticket is not a very big issue. If I were Atiku, I would not even go for the ticket. How many times has he gone for that position? At one point, is it not at the time you now sit back and become another statesman, become a major stakeholder, begin to call the shots from, behind the scene. I mean, not behind the scene, being the call the shots, but not necessarily being the flag bearer of the party. I don't think. I mean, Atiku has paid his dues in Nigerian politics.
Absolutely.
He has done. Yes. He is quite influential. He has networked every part of the country. People respect him, but at a point, at least you preserve that the respect you have.
Sure.
So it's even a smaller issue. If they want to do a proper congress or proper convention, whatever they call it, and want to bring out a flag bearer, it must not be Atiku. But that's not even the issue. The issue is not that. Are you even sure that these PDP guys are not working for another party?
The governors.
Yes. Is it not? It's possible.
It's possible.
For instance, Seyi Makinde that hosted the PDP governors, was he not an ally of Wike and Ugwanya and the big, how many of them? Five or so, or thereabout?
Big five.
About that. And is he not the best? He is the one who hosted the PDP.
Yeah.
So are you sure that Wike's money is not in the hosting of that PDP governor? I mean, it's as simple as that. So who is really in PDP among those people asking PDP? How many of them are really PDP?
That's a pertinent question.
I mean, it is.
The reason why I say that is because Umoyeno, just yesterday,
yes,
said something in
he support President
Tinubu for second
Tinubu, and he was not. I think he said somebody was not the physical president. He must not be there. But you have seen where the pendulum is going. So even within that PDP circle, apart from Bala Mohammed, who is chairman of the Governors Forum, that person have one PDP governor that has spoken out against the ruling government. But he's only one person. He's really spoken out against. We were talked about his meeting with Petrol and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, but what of the other governors? How many of them have spoken? I don't know the position. How many have they taken up an issue that is has to do with this current government?
Critical.
Critical. It's a major block in PDP, the Governors Forum. How many have they spoken out against something, or apart from what they talk about? The only issue they talked about was the situation in River State, which they said they were going to court.
Yeah.
Let me even see them pursue that court meticulously, that case meticulously. Let me even see them pursue it to a logical conclusion. That's the only thing they talked about, that emergency rule in River State, that Governors Forum spoke out. I said major opposition block in the country. So I am suspecting those PDP guys. So I'm suspicious about their real intentions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of intentions, really, we've seen a lot of things happen in plain sight. What do you think is going through the minds of the president of Nigeria, being in France and having to see? Because I know that these papers are supplied to him every morning to see what's going on across the country. I don't know whether it has changed, but somehow we know that he's briefed on issues of security daily.
You know that the one thing about lies, L-I-L, when you tell somebody a lie, you need to keep telling lies to cover up the lies you have told. But when you tell the people the truth is always the truth. You don't need to reenact truth. Truth becomes truth. That's the situation we have in this situation now. We told us that the president traveled on a short break. They even said he's working from there and all that. And somebody said he went for medical checkup. And the people in government said, no, he's hale and hearty. There's nothing wrong with somebody falling sick. You can fall sick, I can fall sick. And when I fall sick, I seek medical attention. And I go to where I will get the best of attention. The president has a right to travel to any part of the country to get medical treatment. But so if you are on medical treatment, we know that there is somebody who is your vice, who takes charge. And we will expect him to call the shots. But if you're healthy and you're in a foreign land and such things are happening, you should take you should leave the country the next minute and return to your country and let people know that our president is around with us. He's seen what will happen. He's here with us. Are you with me? Yes. So if he's there on medical treatment and maybe he's lying on a sick bed, I don't expect him to start flying back.
Yeah.
Depending on his state of health.
Yeah.
So if you are told that he's away on foreign treatment, nobody will expect him to come back because you is sick. He's taking. But if you're healthy and you feel that you are relaxed, enjoying what a cozy environment, and people are dying in their home, you give out 200 as the latest figure now, based on what you have.
Yes.
They left you. At least 200, and you are somewhere, relax. You are not bothered. It doesn't happen. It can't happen elsewhere. It can't happen in another country.
It's unheard of.
It's unheard of. So when I say, there was I said not everywhere. I said in our own clan. That's what we obtain in our own clan. So if they are told that he's on medical treatment, nobody will send him to come back. But they say he's okay. He just went to relax and have some sober moments. That sobriety should have ended as soon as he had those numbers. Yeah. And he shall come back as soon as possible.
Right. But again, what do you make of the killings? I mean, the governor himself said this is more of a ethnic cleansing. And then we're now hearing today in the papers that some cars have been poisoned, some have been killed. It does look like this matter is not going to end.
That will be another cause for another reprisal. You know that the owners of those cars value them more than certain human beings. So expect more in that area. Unfortunately, expect more in that area. Quite unfortunate. Because I don't think that these things are addressed as they should be addressed. Have you ever seen Charles heard that after these killings in Plateau, 10 people were arrested, 10 people were prosecuted, 10 people were taken to court? Have you ever heard it?
Never.
It happens, it goes. And what you hear is the next action, not the follow-up on what happened. Tell me how many people have been arrested for engaging in those crises? How many people have been arrested? So if something happens, they come at midnight, they come in the day, they come in the morning, they come in the afternoon. None of them has ever been apprehended. How will you stop? How will you stop? Reprisal, it is tribal, it is whatever it is crime. Tribal, inter-tribal, inter-farmer, whatever it is, why is it not being checked?
And I thought that now is the time for us to use that part of the Constitution that allows the president to, determine state of emergency or pronounce state of emergency, even if it is 3 or 4 local government that this thing is happening. Deploy military there. But we're not seeing that. Even in Benue here, we are seeing these killings happen. And it's
not once, not twice, not thrice, and not people don't not that people want one person in hundreds. Is it because we're afraid that the nation is depopulated? Is that a depopulation project? Do we want to depopulate us by all means? Is that a project?
Do you think this thing has a foreign connotation?
I don't. This kind of question, I don't know. Honestly, whether it is foreign or local or ethnic or whatever, I don't care. Whether it is from the moon or from the star or from the hell or whatever, it's not necessary. People are dying, for goodness sake. I don't, whether it is foreign or not, that is why part of the charge of the military is to protect the country from foreign aggression. It's part of the fundamental responsibility of the military. So wherever it comes from, should we be leave ourselves to that porosity and begin to be hack down every day? Don't tell me whether foreign or non-foreign. It's not easy material to me. What bothers me is that people are dying, and it should be stopped.
Should the president declare state of emergency in these two states?
He should have done that years ago. He should have done that last year. He should have done that last year. It's not in reverse. Okay, people. How many people have where you are in a democratic era? People have come out to the streets severally. Some women have come out. They came out again yesterday. So, at what point do you respond to the opinion of people like such protest? What is democracy? Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. What does it mean? That when people speak, you listen to what they have said. Why do we ignore Nigerians when they talk, when they react, when they shout? Why do we ignore them? They elected into power, and then you tell them what to do. They have elected into power. And people said, you are killing our democracy. You are killing, and you are saying nothing. Why should you respond to people? Like I woke up in the morning, my son said to me, Daddy, we are told to pay school fees today, and I just ignore and start moving out tomorrow. But Daddy, you are just ignoring. At least, child, there is no money now. I'm making effort to get the money. At least be sure that yes, my father is listening to me. Not that people cry every day. You don't listen. You don't say anything. You don't respond. Is that governance?
Right. Well, we hope that the president is fine wherever he is, and also hope that he returns quickly.
And we should also be fine. Yes, Nigeria should also be fine as he is.
I mean, he's the president. I
yes,
mean, he's.
We value his life and his good health.
Yeah, okay.
No, that's not. It's not a laugh matter. I agree with you.
All right, Lawrence IBENYENWA, many thanks for your insights.
Thank you, Charles.
Appreciate it.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.